to the outside as Kane went to the back. And here we go in Las Vegas.
I love the way the flagman holds on the green. Flag's in the air. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys.
Harvick trying to force the issue down to the bottom, make it 3 wide, and wisely backed out. Couldn't clear underneath Kasey Kahne.
Remember, some of the accidents we've seen here have been right out of the pits, right out onto the racetrack first lap. So these guys are a little cautious, I hope.
And now, the driver who unbelievably only led a total of 4 laps last year on all the mile-and-a-half tracks, Dale Earnhardt Jr. has got one in the bank. He's our leader.
I think our fans are letting us know who led that lap right there. But Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 88, he has been fast all weekend long.
He led 2 laps at Texas. Nearly won at Charlotte. Came within sight of the checkered flag before running out of gas, but only led 2 laps there last May.
But his average finish on mile-and-a-half is the 5th best at 11.7. So he runs good on these tracks. Hadn't led a lot of laps. You're going to win a lot. You got to lead a lot.
That second-place car may look unfamiliar in bright yellow, but that is the Joe Gibbs number 20 Toyota of Joey Logano, who had a strong weekend.
And he's had a strong season so far. Joey Logano in the 22 top 10 finishes, in the top 10 in points. What a turnaround. I know it's early, but what a turnaround from 2011.
A lap at 2 laps, Kyle Busch has gained 12 spots. He's 31st, Jimmy Johnson 35th, as that's Matt Kenseth in turquoise on his 4th, moving past Joe Gordon.
That's a good-looking race car. That 17, I love that paint job on that thing.
That's 10th
Sharp.
place.
But Jeff Gordon in that 24, they have been searching with this race car all weekend long.
They've been searching, Larry. Did they find the wall?
Hey, this turn 4 is unbelievable. It is just so treacherous. He didn't need, I think that was a kiss at best.
You might have been able to slide a dollar bill between him and the wall that time.
The thing about turn 4, when you come off turn 4, the track leads you right into that outside wall. The radius of that corner is not symmetrical, so it leads you right into the wall.
That's exactly where Kyle Busch in the 18 got in trouble yesterday in that practice crash.
Kasey Kahne had a look at Joey Logano going into turn number 1. Could not complete the pass, however. Harvick is settled in 4th, Truex 5th, Kurt Busch in 6th, Allmendinger, Stewart, Biffle, and Kenseth.
We go down into turn 1, and you heard in the pre-race show, Michael was talking about the bumps. The car basically porpoises. It kind of hops through those dips in the racetrack. It's right where the tunnel is. So the tunnel at most racetracks creates a bump or a dip. It upsets the car. It'll shoot it up the track if you don't have the right package under the front end there, shocks and the geometry-wise.
Now these two are running about 2/10 off of Dale Earnhardt Jr., who is extending his lead. Teammates battle. That's Greg Biffle on the outside of Matt Kenseth, and trouble for the 33.
Brendan Gaughan, he has pounded it.
He's been hard into the wall. Third Las Vegas native in the race beside the Busch brothers.
Here, pretty heavy damage on the right side.
Still under green. We still continue.
And Brendan was so excited about this race. Had a great run yesterday. Had a good practice, and just here it goes pretty much away on him here before lap 10.
Yeah.
And trouble for Casey Mears, the Geico Ford, in the pits. Now just ahead of Kyle Busch, this is Brendan Gaughan.
Yeah, and he's down on the bottom. He just watch the car. Washes up a little bit, gets a little bit loose.
Stay down,
Slaps that wall hard.
He was in 26th place, probably with an eye to the mirror as Kyle Busch was working his way up through the field. Well, there's the stat on Dale Jr. He's just about doubled his lap leading total on tracks this size for 2011.
And right now, he is a little quicker than everyone else by about 2/10. So he's not only going to lead more laps than he led all last year on the mile-and-a-half, he's going to really add to that total.
But Darrell, what I'll be anxious to see, can they put the beginning, the middle, and the end of this race together? They've been good all weekend long. They just got to stay caught up with it.
And that's where Dale Jr.'s got to do his job. He has got to tell Stevie Letarte what that car is doing and what it needs, and stay up on it and don't get behind.
Dale Jr. with a 2-second lead. Kyle Busch now up to 25th. From the back of the pack, Jimmy Johnson has climbed to 28th. Joey Logano still doing a great job of holding Casey Kane back in the 3rd position. Matt?
Mike, just like Dale Earnhardt Jr., which DW mentioned, their goal, put together an entire race for this 20 car, Joey Logano. Jason Ratcliffe, his new crew chief, told me they spent about 80% of practice just trying to get this car stable through the bumps, especially the bump there in turn 2. Right now, Joey says the car, the splitter, is hitting the racetrack very hard and tight in the center, but they're pleased where he is. He's got that track position. You know, I think a lot of drivers anticipated the pace was going to slow down. We saw it in yesterday's race where they made changes and just had the splitter bottoming out in the early part of a run.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. has led every lap so far.